Can a hot air balloonist be held liable for a rescuer's injuries when the balloonist attempted a dangerous landing and the rescuer voluntarily tried to save the balloonist? That was the question in the case of the risky rescue. In this case, a hot air balloon instructor took a student on an instructional flight. The instructor planned to land the balloon in a public recreation area. While descending, a person on the ground noticed that the hot air balloon was drifting towards some power lines. As the balloon landed, it began to skid on the ground towards the power lines. The person on the ground tried to grab the basket and slow or stop it. Unfortunately, it struck the power lines and the rescuer received severe electrical burns to his body. The instructor and the student did not receive any injuries. The rescuer sued the instructor, alleging that he negligently operated the hot air balloon when he failed to pull the ripcord, which caused the rescuer to become injured. The trial court dismissed the case, ruling that the rescuer did not state a claim upon which relief could be granted. How would you decide this case? Can a hot air balloonist be held liable for a rescuer's injuries when the balloonist attempted a dangerous landing and the rescuer voluntarily tried to save the balloonist and his student? We'll be back in a moment with the answer to that question. Can a hot air balloonist be held liable for a rescuer's injuries when the balloonist attempted a dangerous landing and the rescuer voluntarily tried to save the balloonist? Yes, according to the South Dakota Supreme Court. The court ruled that the rescuer stated a valid and legal claim for recovery. Under what's known as the rescue doctrine, if a person acts negligently and that negligence creates a peril, it is reasonable and foreseeable that an ordinary person will try to rescue the person in peril. The person who created the peril is then responsible for any injuries a rescuer receives while trying to help the person in peril. The Supreme Court sent this case back to the trial court for trial. Remember, it's a matter of law.